Recent surveys show that the mountain lion population in Idaho has increased by nearly 25% over the past decade, and with this growth comes escalating conflicts with humans. Farmers and ranchers now face rising losses as these stealthy predators attack sheep, goats, calves, and even pets, causing millions of dollars in damages to communities each year. The problem has escalated beyond rural pastures, with sightings now reported near suburbs, schoolyards, and busy roads, leaving families worried. Traditional defenses such as guard dogs, fences, and scare devices have proven ineffective against the cunning of this apex predator. With encounters becoming more dangerous each season, how can people protect their livelihoods and safety? Stay tuned as we explore the answer in this video. Hunting mountain lions in Idaho with rifles has become both a necessity and a tradition for many seasoned outdoorsmen. The rugged mountains, thick forests, and wide canyons of Idaho provide the perfect habitat for these elusive predators, but also make them a real challenge to track.
He's in the water! We got him.
Ranchers and farmers across the state have long raised concerns about livestock losses, as mountain lions target sheep, calves, and goats. With populations expanding into human-inhabited areas, hunters step in not just for the sport, but also as part of an important wildlife management effort.
Here's a beautiful cat. It really is a monster.
Untuk lain di sana juga, dan
The rifle remains the most trusted tool for these hunts, offering accuracy, power, and reach across Idaho's varied terrain. Hunters often rely on calibers like the .308 Winchester, .30-06 Springfield, or the more powerful .300 Winchester Magnum, each capable of stopping a lion swiftly and ethically.
dan menaruhnya. Ayo,
Tangkap dia.
mari kita lihat.
Dia mati.
Bagus.
Equipped with scopes that allow precise shooting even in low light, hunters adapt their gear to Idaho's deep valleys and high ridges, where visibility can change in an instant. In these conditions, a well-placed shot matters more than raw firepower.
See where that Good job. Crazy.
Smudge.
Tracking a mountain lion requires patience and skill, often starting with spotting fresh tracks in the snow or mud. In winter, Idaho's snowy backcountry gives hunters a crucial advantage, as paw prints stand out clearly against the white ground.
Okay, point to that track when he gets to it.
Dogs are sometimes used to help pursue the lion, but when the final moment comes, the responsibility rests with the rifle hunter. At this stage, composure and accuracy determine both the hunter's safety and the success of the hunt. Beyond the adrenaline, these hunts play a vital role in balancing wildlife populations. Without control, mountain lions can decimate deer herds and cause repeated losses for ranchers.
Study design then kind of morphing an association out with a location.
In order to get a clear shooting lane for the dart gun, which administers the sedative,
In Idaho, regulated hunts are part of the state's strategy to prevent overpopulation and reduce human-wildlife conflicts. Hunters contribute not only by removing problem animals but also by funding conservation through license fees and permits.
camera, turn the dog to us.
In this way, hunting becomes both a challenge and a service to the community. And hunting mountain lions in Idaho with guns is about more than the pursuit. It is about responsibility, respect, and resilience. Hunters must read the land, track the signs, and act with precision when the moment arrives. It is a test of skill against one of North
Good job, bro. Thank you.
And catch claws on these apex predators.
But also build, but just as important, you know the dog.
Hey, yeah.
America's most cunning predators, played out in the vast and unforgiving landscapes of Idaho. Would you have the nerve to face such a hunt, knowing the stakes for both hunter and hunted? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Stay with us, because the strategies, stories, and outcomes of these encounters are nothing short of unforgettable.
Perfekter Schuss. Schöne Spur.
In Australia, wild pigs are notorious not only for the extensive damage they cause to farmland and native ecosystems, but also for their surprising ferocity. These powerful animals have shown aggressive behavior toward humans, and between January and March of 2025 alone, there have been 53 reported cases of wild pig attacks across the country. This alarming number highlights the serious threat these invasive animals pose to both rural communities and outdoor workers. In response, the Australian government has supported the formation of numerous outdoor hunting organizations, bringing together skilled hunters to help manage the wild pig population. But what techniques are they using to handle such dangerous creatures, and what obstacles are they facing along the way? Let's dive into the story to uncover the answers. And if you have any thoughts or questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Hunting wild pigs with rifles in Australia is one of the most established and effective methods used by both professional and recreational hunters. This technique is widely favored due to the precision, range, and stopping power rifles offer, key qualities when targeting large and fast-moving animals like feral pigs.
Wait.
Wild pigs in Australia are not only invasive but also highly destructive, causing over $700 million in annual damage to crops and native ecosystems. A well-chosen rifle allows hunters to take swift and accurate shots from a safe distance, minimizing the risk of injury while maximizing control. This method also offers ethical advantages by ensuring a quick and humane kill when executed properly. Among the rifles commonly used, bolt-action and lever-action rifles in calibers like .308 Winchester, .30-06 Springfield, and .223 Remington are popular choices. These rifles offer the power and reliability needed to penetrate the thick hide and muscular frame of a wild pig.
Even if the light conditions were awful, I wanted to shoot so badly while.
In terms of terrain, hunters often target open scrublands, dry creek beds, and bushy woodlands where pigs forage for food and water. To navigate and hunt effectively in these environments, hunters typically carry high-powered scopes, GPS tracking devices, durable backpacks, hydration systems, and camouflage gear to blend into the surroundings. Spotlights or thermal imaging gear may also be used during nighttime hunts, which are common due to pigs' nocturnal habits. Rifle hunting of wild pigs in Australia is regulated and requires specific licenses, emphasizing responsible firearm use and wildlife management. Hunters must obtain a firearms license Category A or be issued by state or territory firearm registries, such as the New South Wales Firearms Registry or Victoria Police Licensing and Regulation Division. Additionally, hunters pursuing pigs on public land must hold a game hunting license or similar certification depending on the jurisdiction. These licenses ensure that only experienced and educated individuals handle firearms in the field. Training often includes safe handling practices, marksmanship, and understanding of local wildlife laws, underlining the importance of skill, discipline, and ethical conduct in hunting. Rifle hunting offers several advantages in the context of managing Australia's wild pig population. It provides a strategic and controlled approach, especially in large or difficult terrains where other methods like trapping or dogging may be less effective or more labor-intensive. Moreover, using rifles allows hunters to cover more ground and respond quickly to pig sightings. This efficiency is particularly valuable in remote areas where feral pig numbers can be dense. The method also reduces risk to working dogs and livestock, which can be harmed in closer contact methods. However, hunting wild pigs with rifles is not without challenges. These animals are known for their intelligence, unpredictable behavior, and aggression when cornered or injured. There have been documented cases where pigs have charged at hunters, causing serious injuries. For instance, in Queensland in 2022, a hunter was hospitalized after a wild boar charged from thick scrub, knocking him down and causing deep gashes on his legs. Such incidents underscore the importance of maintaining situational awareness and carrying a secondary firearm or sidearm for protection. Despite these dangers, experienced hunters understand how to read the signs and anticipate pig behavior, turning challenges into calculated strategies in the field. Given this challenge, might Australian hunters consider a different approach? In the rugged landscapes of Australia, wild pigs pose a serious threat to both agriculture and the environment. These invasive animals root up crops, damage fences, contaminate water sources, and outcompete native species.
Check this out. These hogs have been in this pen since
In response, a more collaborative and strategic approach has emerged, using traps, specifically cage traps and net traps, to capture these pests. This method is commonly used in rural farmland, along watercourses, and in remote bushland where pig activity is high and firearm use may be limited or less effective. Cage traps are one of the most widely used tools in this effort. Built with heavy-duty mesh and steel frames, these traps are designed to safely enclose multiple pigs at once. They are baited with food such as fermented grain or fruit to lure the pigs inside. Once the pigs enter and trigger the mechanism, the door slams shut, locking them inside without causing injury.
Yes, she is a sour curdled mint.
Next, with the provided chain, prop the swing door open.
They never seem to want to come in though.
These traps are often large enough to catch several pigs in one go and can be left in place for extended periods. Hunters frequently check the traps either manually or with remote monitoring systems, ensuring both effectiveness and humane treatment of the animals.
Easy, easy, son. Easy, easy.
This gate lock does. Boom.
Net traps, on the other hand, are more discreet and versatile. Typically set up near wallows, feeding sites, or known travel paths, net traps use motion sensors or manual triggers to drop a net over pigs as they pass through.
Yeah, wasn't it that? Yeah, they bite.
Trap. Now you can see there's just a little room under.
These traps are highly effective in areas with thick vegetation where visibility is poor and pigs tend to move cautiously. Because net traps are lightweight and portable, they are easier to relocate compared to cage traps. However, they do require more skill to set up and are generally used for smaller scale operations or in areas where cage traps are impractical due to terrain.
How many do you cover? 3.
Yeah, there's 3 over there.
Using traps to hunt wild pigs in Australia has its own set of advantages and disadvantages. On the positive side, traps allow for a more controlled and humane capture, reduce the risk of stray bullets in populated or sensitive areas, and enable hunters to monitor specific pig populations over time. However, traps require regular maintenance, proper placement, and constant monitoring to ensure effectiveness. There's also the risk of non-target animals being captured, and some pigs may become trap-shy if not handled carefully. Nonetheless, when executed properly, trapping can be one of the most sustainable and community-friendly approaches to managing wild pig populations. Once pigs are successfully captured in traps, the hunter's work is far from over. They must safely approach and secure the trap to prevent escape or injury, then handle the animals according to local laws and humane guidelines, often coordinating with agricultural authorities for proper disposal or processing. Traps must be cleaned and reset, and the surrounding area checked for any signs of remaining pigs or new activity. Additionally, hunters often document the results, track pig movement, and adjust strategies for future operations. It's a methodical process that requires patience, responsibility, and a deep understanding of both the land and the animals that inhabit it.
Gotta have that bad boy. Gotta have that bad boy.
Which hunting style do you prefer, adventurous or safe? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if this video made an impression, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. Florida, USA is currently facing an unexpected and growing threat, invasive baboons, with estimates suggesting that more than 1 million individuals may now roam the state's forests, suburbs, and farmland. Their sudden rise in population has left a noticeable impact, causing annual damages of nearly $1 billion to agriculture, property, and native wildlife. So why has Florida become home to these invasive baboons? And just how much damage have they truly caused? Join us as we uncover the shocking truth, and if you find this video eye-opening, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and stay with us for more. In recent years, the sudden appearance of baboons across several Florida neighborhoods has brought more than just surprise, it's brought disruption. These highly intelligent primates, often traveling in groups of 20 to 50, have caused serious concerns for traffic safety and street order. There have been multiple reports of near collisions as drivers attempt to avoid the animals darting across roads, with one incident in Palm Beach County resulting in a 3-car pileup in 2023.
Oh my god.
But the problem hasn't stopped there. These baboons, driven by curiosity and hunger, have broken into homes, tearing through screen doors, raiding kitchens, and leaving residents both frightened and frustrated.
Here we have some baboons in a kitchen, just hanging out.
Out that door! Out that door! Out that door now! Get out that door! Out that door! Go!
According to the Florida Department of Fish and Wildlife, over 200 formal complaints were filed in just 6 months, citing property damage, stolen food, and in some cases, injuries during encounters. Faced with rising public concern, the state responded swiftly by assembling a specialized control and tracking team tasked with managing the baboon population before it escalated further. So what strategies did they actually put in place to restore peace in these communities? In Florida's wild and tangled brushlands, one of the most effective and strategic methods for managing invasive baboon populations is rifle hunting, specifically conducted on private property, with express landowner permission. Due to strict wildlife regulations, baboons are classified as Class 1 wildlife, meaning a permit to possess Class 1 wildlife is mandatory, though notably, this permit is not issued for hunting purposes.
Beautiful shot.
However, since baboons are non-native, a general hunting license isn't required when operating on private land. Still, all hunters must follow local firearm discharge ordinances. This method is typically employed in rugged, tree-dense environments, common in rural pockets of southern and central Florida, where thick cover and elevated terrain give baboons the edge in hiding and escape. Because baboons are notoriously agile climbers with keen eyesight and excellent hearing, successful hunters often adopt a long-range strategy. Most prefer to take shots from distances of 100 to 250 yards, which reduces the chance of detection and allows for a more deliberate, accurate approach. Rifles chambered in .308 Winchester or .30-06 Springfield are favored for their balance of power, accuracy, and effective range. Paired with high-performance telescopic scopes, such as Leupold VX5 HD or Vortex Viper PST, these rifles allow hunters to deliver precise, ethical shots even at long distances. Other essential gear includes rangefinders, bipods, and camouflage gear, helping hunters remain concealed while maintaining a stable firing position.
He's a monster. He's a big baboon.
Before any shot is ever fired, the process of finding baboons begins with listening and observation. Invading troops are rarely silent, their distinctive chatter and rustling through treetops give away their position. Hunters often begin by scouting signs like droppings, half-eaten fruit, and damage to crops or fences, all strong indicators of recent activity. Elevated vantage points, whether from a tree stand, a ridge, or a climbable tree, give the hunter a broader field of view and help avoid detection by the baboons, which tend to travel and forage in upper forest canopies or elevated terrain. When it comes time to take the shot, patience is the hunter's greatest ally. Baboons move quickly and unpredictably through branches, making it unethical and dangerous to fire unless the target is clearly visible and still.
Nice shot. Someone standing up. Nice shot.
Oh, there's in the tree, perfect.
In the tree. Yeah, no.
Ethical hunters wait for the perfect moment, aiming for vital zones like the head or chest to ensure a humane harvest. In areas where permitted, suppressors can be attached to rifles to minimize noise, reducing the chance of scattering the troop or alerting neighboring wildlife, a crucial tactic when dealing with groups. On average, a single successful outing can result in the removal of 7 to 15 baboons, depending on the size of the group and environmental conditions. Hunters are encouraged to report their results to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, especially if part of a cooperative effort with landowners or agricultural producers. Reports should include number harvested, location, and time, details that help officials track invasive populations and measure the success of control efforts. This approach underscores the importance of ethical, informed hunting practices in managing invasive species. But it also raises a question for those in the field: is there another method in Florida that's just as effective, or even more sustainable?
At, I think it was 320 or so.
In Florida, one of the most sustainable and effective methods of managing invasive baboon populations involves the use of specialized traps. These traps are most commonly placed near residential communities and agricultural lands, areas where baboons are known to cause significant disruption. By strategically setting these traps, wildlife officials and landowners can temporarily limit the animals' access to crops, gardens, and neighborhood resources, reducing both property damage and public safety risks. This method not only minimizes direct human-baboon conflict but also serves as a non-aggressive approach that benefits both people and wildlife. The traps themselves are designed with efficiency and safety in mind. Typically, they measure around 6 to 8 feet in length and are large enough to capture small troops, allowing for the capture of 10 to 20 baboons at once. This number is significant. It shows that when deployed correctly, these traps can make a real impact on managing population surges in high-activity zones. Most of these traps use a one-way entry mechanism that closes automatically once the animals are inside, preventing escape and minimizing stress. The structure is reinforced with steel mesh to ensure durability and prevent injury to the animals, which is a critical part of this humane control strategy. Once the baboons are captured, they're not immediately relocated to remote forests as was once the standard practice. Today, Florida has adopted a more advanced and humane solution: sterilization. Captured baboons are transported to specialized wildlife health centers where veterinary teams conduct sterilization procedures. Males typically undergo vasectomies, while females are given tubal ligations, both procedures that are safe, permanent, and minimize hormonal disruption. This proactive step prevents future breeding without the need for euthanasia or forced migration, offering a long-term solution to population growth. After the procedures, each baboon goes through a short rehabilitation period where they're monitored for recovery and well-being. Once cleared by the veterinary staff, they are released back into the wild, but this time into regions carefully selected to avoid human interaction. This cycle of humane trapping, sterilization, and reintroduction not only helps control the baboon population but also restores balance to Florida's ecosystems without unnecessary harm. What do you think about this method? Do you have any questions or suggestions? Let us know in the comments, and if you found this information helpful or eye-opening, don't forget to like the video.